quick count off. What's up, everybody? It's Thursday night, and it's time for After the Roll. I am your host with the most, Van Diesel. Here are some of my favoriteest friends to talk about what we did, how we survived, and if JD will ever be the same after that horrible incident with the clowns.
I'm not scared of clowns.
Joining me, as always,
I want to know what actually scares JD. We should discuss that at some point.
cats.
Nope.
Just scared to death of cats, specifically calicos.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Yep. No, it's I'm just code DM. I'm pulling it out of the nether. It's a thing now.
Nope. That's a negative.
Diz writes shit down.
Yeah, Diz like, oh well, shit.
But anyways,
joining me on tonight's episode, we have Dr. Diz DM.
Hi, me.
Yep. Say hi, Diz. I know it's been a while, but surely we're
I
not
forget
that
how to be on camera.
Of course, the one, the only, the Admiral, Double Up Buck. What up, Buck?
Hello.
So, what's it like knowing now that your character is scared of cats?
He ain't. I mean, let's face it. If I am, I'm killing Adara because if I'm scared of cats, she
oh
dies.
shit.
Oh,
Listen, I'm just saying.
Oh shit.
Things just got interesting, chat. And of course, as always, Ellen, how you doing? How you been?
I'm sleepy, but I'm here.
Nice. Are you still enjoying life as a pirate?
I am enjoying life as a pirate, and it's only going to get more insane.
That's true. That is very true. I can guarantee it. I know the future. And last but certainly not least, the lovely Elven barbarian herself, Timmy Turbo.
Hello.
What's up, Tim?
How you doing?
Doing all right. I like how in the last episode you described your rage as not like just pissed off, like to the maximum level of festivity rage. Yours is just like, girl, we did not just do that.
He frequently uses Harley Quinn as a comparison, and that scares me a little bit.
Yeah, she's scary.
I like combat.
Yeah. Although if you're doing the Harley Quinn thing, your character needs to be proficient in hammers. Because she likes carrying around big
Or
ass
baseball
mallets.
bats.
Or baseball bats. Or that one time in a movie she had a double butt, but we'll get into that later. Anyway, welcome to After the Roll, where we talk about what happened the last time that we've all got together and played, not actually Heroes Cataclysm. Which spoiler warning, we've not done this show in like 3 sessions. So there's a lot to cover, but the saving grace is the last 2 sessions have all been Rudy Tooty villain shooting. So that helps. That helps. So I guess we'll get started. Anybody got any old business they want to bring up? Old business? Anything? Nothing?
Oh,
right.
I'm sorry, I missed the agenda. I didn't know to prepare anything.
Damn it.
You
All
gotta
right.
send that out farther in advance, clan.
All right. Well, then I guess we don't have to go directly into discussions, but I do have one question for
Okay.
Diz. Okay. So Diz, what do you do when things kind of break down? Right? Things are broken down, they have stalled. You need to get everything back on track without just, pulling out your weapon. Go over here. How do you do that as a nice, nurturing DM that you are, and guide everybody back on track to where you're trying to get the plot to go? Or do you just let them go, no offense, Buck, but Buck wild?
Well, I don't really force them in a direction. I usually just see what interests the players and what the characters are doing. And if need be, I can change the way the storyline kind of presents itself to them. So
Mhm.
if they change cities or something like that, um, I may completely just change the storyline that I had for them. It may stuff that I have prepared may just go be pushed to the side, and we look at it from a different angle. Like, okay, so they're in El Turo. Now all of a sudden they just transport to the Feywild. I wasn't expecting it, but there's stuff that could happen there. So then I'll just kind of ad lib up into the point where I get a point where I can write out everything in a little more detailed manner. Some DMs prefer to, kind of force the players back into a certain direction, or they'll throw a quest that'll lead them back around to it, and that's fine
Mhm.
too. I like to make it a little more free range, and the players really get to decide where they want to go with it, up into the point where they can completely just avoid my main
Or the
storyline.
main plot. Yeah.
They can do what I do in Skyrim and just never play the main storyline.
Do all the side quests first.
Yep. So that's where I'm at with it. I really don't force them into it. Now, like I said, I can change things if they completely go off track, and I think, well, since they did this, then this might happen and this might happen, which would still link them back to the main storyline. But
Mhm.
it doesn't always have to be that way.
Okay. All right. All right.
They just find out
So-
later that they could have saved a bunch of people's lives, and then they feel really bad about it.
That's true. Or they could have done that one quest and saved 15% on their car insurance by switching to Geico.
Yep.
All right. So the next two questions, Buck, are for you. All right. So
I may have done it.
I'll say you had a hand in it. Definitely. First question is the ejector seat. How do you feel about that?
Well, a little pissed off because
Explain.
it was modified without even asking, and that was something that JD tinkered with on his own, and it wasn't even brought up on whether he wanted it changed or not.
True, but it was given as a gift, as something that could, it was something that was built off of something that was already there that you're at that JD made. But Matthias thought that this would be a fun little upgrade.
Yeah, but then JD tested it and saw how it worked, and isn't sure how well this is going to work on implementation, depending on the location.
All right.
It might get me
Alright.
killed.
I mean, there's a 25% chance, yes. Definitely.
I mean, to me, it looks like a gnome made it. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I do
and if
know
you-
of a
and
gnome
chat,
that could
if you
probably
know-
make an injector seat.
If chat, if you know, you know.
If you know them, you
That's
know
true.
'em. Right.
If you know 'em, you know 'em.
ah,
And I know some gnomes. Oh, that's weird. Where'd that come from? That's not in this campaign. I'm sorry. Weird. Somebody cutting in on the audio there, chat. Sorry about that.
I don't know what's more trolly, clan playing a gnome or clan playing a bard.
Wait till I play a gnome bard.
Oh, God help us all.
That's it. Take these broken wings.
I was waiting to hear him sing "Can You Take Me Higher" with him being the shortest person in the party.
That's true. It's a legit question. Can you take him higher? You just grab him.
Never gonna give you up.
All right. The next question, Buck, is also for you.
Oh,
And I'm interested in your answer to this question. So, in 3 sessions ago, so feel free to not remember,
I mean,
but I did write it down.
I bet I do.
Probably. There before the party occurs and everything, it seems to me as a external viewer that JD writes off Eldrick and Yarman as just lost causes. They are gone, never to return. He's chalked them up as dead. And it seems like he convinces the party the same thing. Was I correct in that?
Oh,
That
I
JD
was
has
about to
just
say, is there
given up
a
on 'em?
question in this, or are we just
Yep.
making statements?
I just wanted to jog your memory first.
So it wasn't that he wrote them off as dead. So here's the mindset, right?
Mhm.
Eldrick lied to him, gave his word, broke it. JD attempted to look for him. They wasted enough time, and to continue to look for them was going to put the party at greater risk than they needed to put forth just to try to find the two. So for the betterment of the mission at hand, JD viewed it as they clearly didn't give a shit about us, so there was no reason to keep concerning ourselves about them.
Okay.
It
But
wasn't that they were dead. It was, if they wanted to go off and do whatever they were going to do for this temple, then clearly they didn't want to be a part of the group anymore. So go ahead and let them do their own damn thing, and don't worry about them being with us anymore.
okay. All right. Hypothetical. Throwing this out here. Let's say that somebody comes along, let's say that is formerly JD's superior officer, right?
So like Matthias, okay,
Says that
the other
JD,
Matthias.
you got too many damn Matthiases.
I mean, mine was here first.
Says JD, something we did back in the past has risen again. We've got to take out this. We got to go and take care of this. But we got to go right now. Like there's no time for anything. We've got to go right now. What does JD do?
What's my choices?
You either leave immediately with that guy or whatever happens.
So I'm with the guild still, or I go with them.
Mm-hmm. But like you got to leave like right now. You don't have time to tell anybody where you're going, where if you'll be back. You've got to go now. He's like, we got to go now.
Then I stay with the guild. Military kicked me out. They dishonored me under false pretenses. Fuck them.
All right, but what if they didn't?
that's the truth.
Well, that's a different situation. But we're talking about what actually happened to JD.
Right, but I'm just saying, theory craft here.
So you're saying if I was honorably discharged and something in my past got away from me, and they showed up and said I had a second shot at them.
Right. Was a clear and present danger.
And I had everything at the disposal I have on me right now.
Well, you could either leave right now and help take care of this threat, or you could stay, but you couldn't do both.
Right.
You gotta
But
leave
do I
them. You
have
gotta
all
leave
of my
immediately.
but do I have all my possessions that I have right now on me currently?
Just what's on your body.
Right, but what's on my body would allow me to contact the people that I have contact with.
And you should know better than to think this would be a simple hypothetical. It's Buck.
Because I could reach out and contact anybody from where I'm standing right now.
True. True. What if they said that you couldn't contact them?
That would make no sense because I could just mentally do it as we were walking.
What if you were teleported away? If they were teleporting you away?
Hey, Diz, can I still do it if I'm being teleported away?
He's trying to put you into a hypothetical where you would
I
have to
understand,
make a choice
but he's
that-
saying everything
that
I have on me
goes-
right now.
that goes against
Okay,
the
we'll
morals
do this.
that you've set up for JD.
You have nothing but your armor, and you either go now or everybody that JD cares about is dead.
Does
What
he
do you do?
have? Does he have the thong underwear as well?
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
Okay, just making sure that's important.
It's a
Plus
thong
character.
plus 2.
Oh, wait, I got to add that if it's a +2.
Yeah,
I
it's
forgot
plus
to
two.
add the +2.
It's like that harmonica.
Magical thong.
A magical song.
So the question is, would he's asking it the wrong way? Is there anything that would cause JD to break his moral compass that he runs by and abandon the party to go do something that he felt would probably be more important?
Mm-hmm.
There's only one thing that would cause that. And that would be if he knew 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt that if his mother's life was on the line and if he didn't leave immediately, that she would be dead if he didn't act. That would be the only thing that would prevent him or cause him to leave.
Respected.
Fair.
See, because Clan,
As
you were
far
trying
as
to
his-
shoot holes
As
in
far as his
his-
past military, no.
in his morals, and it's difficult to do. JD walks a pretty straight line. So
It's his mom's the only thing that would cause him to do that.
he's an interesting character.
Yes.
But no, as far as his past goes, he's cut those ties.
All right.
And the only other thing, Eldrick could have left a note. Even if he didn't verbally tell JD, he could have left a note.
He could have left a small child with a message.
I mean, he could have told the priestess where they were
To
going.
be fair, he didn't know that was an option.
I mean, just ask the armadillo. You find a random kid crying in an alley and then
That's
take him to
true.
your room at the end and
Hey.
then just leave him there.
Go in my room. If somebody comes in, tell them this.
You leave Rolly out of this, okay?
Y'all found out so much shit that day.
I had to, Tim.
So-
I just had to.
What is everyone's thoughts on Huck at this point? We had some interesting developments with Huck.
He's a turkey.
Well,
He's
there's
like,
a
I think
there's a
Little Clint
turkey,
has
there's
has
a
his
turkey
spots.
that was
That-
Sally.
yeah, that
And
was
there's
that
a
was Sally?
turkey that just got unleashed in Clan's room, and all hell just broke loose.
mobile attack turkey.
Oh God.
that was too deep for Clandis Allen to have been the turkey.
That's fair.
That's true. Plus, he would have went and done it in front of the camera.
Yeah, he'd have came
Okay,
right up
yeah.
on Clan's
Yeah,
side.
he would have came right up here and then went, "Hey, Dad, what?"
Oh yeah. But anyway, Huck. I think if
Yes.
anybody in the party is gonna get our asses killed, it's gonna be Huck.
Mm. Seems that way sometimes, doesn't it?
If it's anybody, it's gonna be Huck.
What you, Timmy? What do you think about Huck at this point after the things that have happened here recently?
I can't figure him out. I just can't. He's a good thing. A good thing. But he worries me. He concerns me.
See, Huck's went through quite a few things because we're talking about multiple episodes here. So
Oh,
there
so
is
much.
there is what had happened in the junkyard, and then now, after the battle, you guys got to see as players something going on.
Yeah, JD didn't get to see that.
Yeah, so the characters don't really know what happened there exactly, but players got to see inside Huck's mind there for a second.
That is true.
As
There's
far
also
as-
at one point where he was like inconsolable, right?
Mm-hmm.
JD, however, is at a crossroads with Huck. It's to a point of how much further does he let this go before he has to actually step in and do something?
So what does he do?
Depends on how far Huck goes.
Because when we had the vampire in the party, JD and Sir Eldrick both threatened to kill him.
I mean, I've seen his eyes turn red, and I've bandaged him and I've stopped it. I've seen his eyes turn red, and I've been in a fight with him,
Mm-hmm.
and I've stopped it. I've also threatened him last session that if we jumped into that chest and he caused any problems down there, that I'd put him down. And take care of it after the fact.
Do you see the possibility that Huck could change and not change back?
Yeah. And then me and Matthias are going to have words.
Why would why would you have words with Matthias?
Because then he lied to me too.
What did he say to you?
He said he was going to fix him.
He said he would try. He didn't know what
Exactly.
was wrong.
And then if he's changing every moment that we turn around now, then he's worse.
Mhm.
Which means that Matthias fucked him up more.
Golden rule of not actually heroes, y'all. Don't lie to JD.
Mm-hmm.
If need be, we'll go disassemble Huck and put him back together.
We can rebuild him. We love the technology.
God damn it.
6 million gold. Man.
Sounds like you need
It's
an
actually a
exorcism on
machine.
him.
Yeah, well, I mean, we need something.
We need a young priest and an old priest.
We
Whoa
need
now,
to
wait a
fucking-
minute. Wait a minute.
Easy there. Easy.
We need something, but I don't know if we need to go that far.
Kaylin doesn't like those holy people.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm not worried about that part.
Padme.
So let's see. We've got skip that question 'cause they're not here. We've got 2 new people in the party. Severin and Rathian.
However the fuck you say his name, I forget as soon as somebody says it.
Fucking Rathian.
Not Rathian.
Not Rathian. Yeah. Not Rathian.
His fucking picture's Rathian.
It's Rathian. His picture's Rathian.
If you
But
say
his
so,
name, it begins with a Z and there's a comma.
I think there's a random J, maybe a
There
Batman
is a-
symbol.
Silent
Hey,
J.
chat. I just want to say that I rubbed off on Stacks when he named his character in Disney's
Yeah,
campaign.
no
That's,
shit.
that's true. I want to see the
Didn't
the
I say
document
when
you
I
both
saw his
used.
character name, I was like, dude,
Yes.
did Buck name your character? What the
Right
fuck
now,
is going
in honor
on?
of of him using Buck spelling, we'll call him Sir Araj. And if you don't know what that is, chat, you need to be watching Eat on Realm of Dragons. Saturday.
It's
Lord.
Saturday.
Lord Halram.
Lord
Halram,
Halram.
That's what it is.
Yep,
With a
Lord
silent
Halram.
J.
So these guys just kind of showed up at the party and then joined in on all the merriment when the battle erupted. Thoughts?
A lot
if I
of
know.
thoughts.
I barely looked at him. I was kind of a little distracted
That's true. And charmed.
and charmed.
What were your thoughts, JD?
Well, first off, Sir Halram in there with all his weapons. How the flying
Mhm.
fuck that happened, DM? Nobody else got in there with all their weapons.
Prison wallet.
Oh,
He's got a
no. He's got one of these.
he's got a portable hole in his no square.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
But I mean, he got threatened right off the bat when he came in behind me.
Mm-hmm.
But now, fucking Severin, JD's going to hurt him.
Oh, what's going on here? Why has JD got his eyes set on Severin?
So he used vampiric touch, which whatever, that's some weird ass vampiric looking shit. But it's what he said and did after that. When he looked JD in the eye and he said, well, if you didn't like that, then you're really not going to like this. And he dishonored a Hell Rider's corpse and raised a specter right in JD's face.
That is true. He did raise the dead. Hans would say mad prop show.
Yeah, if Zora was
Actually, Hans did do that. He stole that from me.
But it's the fact that he made a mockery of a fellow soldier right in JD's face.
Mhm.
And is trying to act all buddy with JD like JD gives a fuck of who he is. And then he's like, I never got your name, little one. Like, fuck you, asshole. Which is why JD's like, because I didn't give it. Like, JD's about to shoot him. He's slowly ramping up to a bullet right in his fucking chest.
Aren't we all, though?
Because he's disrespected me 3 times already.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the party out before I confront him.
We appreciate that.
That's true. That's true.
He also seems
Okay.
to be very attached to your hip.
To be fair, it's one of the safest places to be.
I mean, it might not be wrong, but he's being very disrespectful to the halfling, and it's not going well. JD's keep tally.
That is true. Your thoughts on the two new party members there, Kaylin?
I haven't really paid too much attention to what was his name? Lord Halram?
Yeah, Lord Halram.
Yeah, I haven't paid too much attention to him, so I
You were
don't.
supposed to be.
You told me to keep an eye on the other one, didn't you?
No, on Halram.
Hmm.
He was the one behind me when I turned around and told you to break him in half if he stepped out of line.
It's that classic Ninja Turtles problem where they say, "You take the ugly one." No, you take the ugly one. Which one's
And
the
nobody
ugly
knows which one the
Cause,
yeah.
cause Severin was up there with Adara when you and I made it in the hallway.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
you were
mean,
supposed to be watching Stax's character.
I
You're
mean,
watching the wrong one, Kaylin.
Okay, but
first,
are you shocked?
first off, to be fair, they're both ugly. Okay, I'll just say that they're both ugly.
There you go.
Um,
Damn, shots fired, not by JD.
But I didn't say watch the ugly one. I pointed out specifically which one to watch.
I'm dead.
they're I haven't really been paying too much attention to either one. I was focused on trying to, support another one who seemed to be in our need.
And she
Right.
appreciates it.
That's true. I bet. Kyrie,
Mhm.
some interesting things happened
A little bit.
on the way to meet the Royals.
Oh, you're
So,
talking about that.
well, we'll get there, but there's some other things first.
Got a list.
So, Kyrie sees, what was her name? Marley
Mm-hmm.
at the play.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that?
So when Kyrie tells people her life story, she generally starts it at the age of 15 when she joined the crew of the Maiden's Revenge and became a pirate. But she definitely had a life before that,
Makes sense.
and main thing I'll say is a solid portion of that was spent with a group of traveling performers.
Nice.
Yes. And Marley happened to be someone from that troupe who she hasn't seen in almost 25 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a
So,
there's a lot of history.
so after this stuff with the royal family is taken care of, however it ends up being taken care of, with hopefully you surviving. Don't know yet.
I'm at
Uh,
full health, so there's
are
that.
since she was there at the party, are you going to seek her out?
Marley isn't the person that she would seek out from her past. There
Mhm.
are a few from the troupe that she would, if she saw them again, she would address it,
Ah,
whether it's in an
this
unpleasant or pleasant manner. I would
see,
say 3 primarily that she would
all right.
actually address.
Mm-hmm.
Her main interest, if she were to get a chance, would be to see if Marley is still associated with any of those people.
Awesome. And building upon your past life and the royal family, segue. You got to meet the royal family. You were one of the you were the first person in the party to meet the royal family. You and Sir Avern went in, met the duchy and all them fun peoples.
Yes, motherfuckers.
You were surprisingly made an offer,
Mm-hmm.
a very tempting offer. I could tell you were thinking about this real hard.
Oh no, I was thinking of the tactful way to say fuck off.
And so you had
That's what-
no
No,
you had no inkling to take him up on the offer.
no. She was not going to take what they offered. One, because she's paranoid as fuck. So she's not going to just sign a paper that they're saying, no, don't read it. Just sign. Just sign. Plus, she already knows they're sketchy. She's not going to go for that when what they were offering her is something that is already on her radar and she's already thinking of ways to get it. So it's not like it's something that's unattainable for her. She wasn't about to take that deal.
So you did. We should have brought somebody else in first.
Hey, the dice decided, and that's how we roll. So
Sorry. It's who
All
she
right.
is.
yeah,
She's paranoid as fuck.
So we've learned that Kyrie thought that the royal family was sketchy
We
and
all did.
everything. So when JD and Kaylin got into the room where the royals were, shit was already in progress. Kyrie at the beginning was charmed. Big ass guy with winglings and a pitchfork in the room. The royals were not there. You guys had already been attacked by guards outside the room. Your thoughts, impressions. How did that all go?
I thought it was a well organized train wreck.
Isn't it always?
I feel like that's our tagline for Not Actually Heroes, a well organized train wreck.
That's true. With thongs. At least on some people, it's canon now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Even though
So-
Clan's still convinced that I'm Mystique.
Except for when I,
I
go to
mean,
bed. I only sleep
Technically,
with
you
it-
are
with my holster.
Mystique.
No, I'm
Just the
not.
host.
You're my Mystique.
Aw.
That's true. That is canon. JD does sleep with his holster on because there's one time that he shot some vampires with no pants on,
Yep.
but he still had his guns.
I wasn't wearing anything but my holster.
That's true.
Is anyone shocked?
JD sleeps all natural.
But see, when I got into the room,
Mm-hmm.
the big guy was the only thing there.
Yep.
And Kyrie was already fixed. She wasn't
Thank God.
she wasn't mind controlled when I stepped in. But I'm not gonna lie, there was a small part of me that wanted to tell Diz that I failed my check on whether he mind controlled me or not.
Actually, that brings up something, and I wanted to ask Diz this. Actually, this is another thing that I wanted to ask Diz. So Diz, here's the thing. I've noticed a difference between our way of thinking,
Yes.
and I've noticed this. This came up very much the last encounter.
Right.
And now, listen, I am not a DM. I am a nobody.
Mhm.
I like it. My tagline says in the Zoom call, I do voices and make mistakes. So, like, you brought up an interesting thing, and this is generally how you do it, right? You say the dice decide where this goes.
Yep.
So, do you think that it is more important for the dice to decide on all this stuff, or is it there's sometimes it's more important for the story?
So I try to push the story as much as I can.
Mhm.
But if, let's say, Ellen is playing a character and decides not to sign a contract, let's say that
Mhm.
I really wanted her to sign it, you
Yeah.
know, and she doesn't want to do that, and I'm not going to force her to do that. I just live with those consequences. And
He's
Ellen,
just
that's
gonna
not the
start
case.
stabbing.
I didn't care whether you signed it or not. I mean, it was,
Somebody wasn't going to.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
And I'm
so
not really talking about that. Like,
yeah,
it was no big deal either way. It
yeah.
just if A happens, then we go down this track. If B happens, we go down this track.
Yeah. So, I like to give them storyline, but I learned very early on in DMing that I can't force it down their throats. If
Mhm.
if they're not going to seek it out for themselves, then it's just left into mystery until later. Now, if they decide to ask the right question, or they decide not to attack a person instead of, and decide to try to talk it out, they might find something out different. Or if they do something that's completely outside the, my mindset of what the box is, and go
Mhm.
outside of that in their thinking, they could really, impress me, and some storyline may pop out of that. But if they make other decisions, let's say instead of talking to somebody, they, you know, pull their sword out and stab him in the chest, then guess what?
Right.
The stuff that guy had to say died with
Right.
him.
It's gone. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just how it happens. And it might have been a really cool story element, but I'm not going to force it to happen. It either happens or it doesn't. So, and that may be wrong on me, but I try to make it exciting. But sometimes it just rolls different ways. The dice have not led me astray so far. They do weird, crazy stuff. Like, if you put, like say Ellen might have a character where there has a big bad in her personal storyline, and it
Mhm.
comes down to that fight, I don't have to make sure that she gets the last hit. The dice have always done that for me. I don't know
Yeah.
how, but it's just magical. It just happens. So, just like Ekminos got the last hit on, what was his name, Virak.
Yeah. On Virak. Yeah.
He got the last hit, and it was just he knocked him to 0 hit points right then. I was
Yeah.
like, it's just how it works. So I just let the dice decide.
Right. Right. I just wanted to bring that up. There's two kind of schools of thought
There are, yeah.
on how it goes. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, say, some demons may have not wanted that big bad right there to die, and
Mhm.
kept him alive. But you know what? If they kill him, they kill him. I mean, that's good on them. There may be something else that spawns out of that. Leaving him alive or killing him could, it has consequences. So
He comes
see
back
where
as
it
Robo
leads them.
Demon.
Well, two of them, they killed two, but two got away. So
That's
Yeah,
true.
the two I most wanted to kill got away.
what's
That's
going to
true.
happen from that? Are they going
That's
to be able
true.
to find them
Where are
in the
they?
castle? Or, are they gone? Are they going to come
Listen,
back
I've
later
got my weapons now.
to
They
kill
can
them in their
come at
sleep?
me.
Sorry, Kyrie, your demons are in another castle.
Hey, you know what's great? I have my weapons back now, which means I can't be surprised. Ha.
There you go. There you go. All right. So there was a mode of transportation that was introduced 3 sessions ago. And I wanted to get your all's thoughts on that. So how did you all like riding in the Hummer Lorian?
It just got more ridiculous as we kept going, and I loved it. We just kept saying more shit, and Diz is like, sure.
They spare no
Sure.
expense on this thing.
Spare no expense. We
Did
did
we
have it.
decide if the horses were holographic, if they were Pegasi, or if they just
I'm
left
surprised
them
they
there?
they
I
weren't
forget what we
raptors.
concluded.
To be honest with you,
The horse status was up for debate.
that's true. Man, if only
I
the
just
druid
want to
had
put it
seen
out
him,
there.
right?
My mode of transportation were my fucking feet. That episode.
JD.
Thank you.
Poor
That's
JD
true.
with his little legs.
Hey, if
That's
JD
true.
would put on a nice dress, then we might.
That's
take him out
true.
To a nice place.
Hey, I
That's
didn't get
true.
an option to get a date.
It's true, you didn't.
I didn't get mine
Hey.
by choice.
To be fair, Buck, any option is available at any time. If JD would have made that effort, it would have been accommodated.
Yes,
We didn't
And it
have
was
enough.
great.
100%.
We didn't have enough time because the girls were too busy shopping.
You gotta shop.
I was information hunting.
Listen, the
And
most
buying
important.
Kaylin's love with the fancy sword. It's fine.
The most important part of any party is accessorizing. You got to get that cloak of protection. The
Especially
perfect
for the
cloak
wizard.
of protection. Yes, exactly. All right, so
We saw how
Final
well
po-
that worked when the wizard was the only one that went down to 1 HP.
that's true. That's true. At least they didn't do the old trick where everybody's like, "How are you?" And they're like, "Well, let's say theoretically, out of 62 hit points, I've got 1." That's always a possibility, and then Diz will be like, "And you're dead."
And you're dead.
Oh no, Black Widow Spider, you're dead. Okay, so when we last left the party, last scene, last Saturday, you guys had went through the magical chest that is a doorway. You landed in a room. JD and Kyrie, I believe, opened the secret door to a room that smelled of ungodly stank.
Stank plus
And
3.
stank plus 3. This stank is so powerful. It went back to 2nd edition and was like stank plus 8.
Oh shit.
Exactly. This stank had 1899 over 100 stank. That's how bad it was. It broke the rules.
I'm surprised it didn't permeate through that metal door. Top stank.
Listen, it's a good door. Y'all might want to take that door. It's a good door.
No, we're just on the run, and we've got this huge ass fucking door we're bringing with us.
Kayla can
Exactly.
carry it. It's fine.
That's true.
I'm stronger than Kaylin right now.
Oh damn.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
So you heard a voice and then scene. Diz did tell you that voice sounded a lot like a former friend of yours of the paladin variety. So I want to get your thoughts. What do you think happens next time? Each one of you.
Eldrick dies dramatically? Or
Damn.
do you really think you'd let him die in a boring way? Are you kidding me, Clan? It's you.
I would like to expand on what Ellen just said. He dies dramatically at JD's hands.
Doesn't have to be at JD's hands. Just dramatically. Or he's gonna turn into one of those two bitches who ran away.
And then dies dramatically anyways, because
At
if it's
Kyrie's
one of
hands,
those-
because this bitch is nah.
Mm,
Because I'm still salty.
all right.
Now,
Caleb,
see,
what do you
Those are
think?
my
Oh,
votes.
okay, Buck, what do you think?
two things are going to happen.
All right, two things.
One, that chest is getting shut and locked
Okay.
so that nothing comes through that motherfucker behind us. Two, not everybody's going in that damn room so that that door can get shut and locked behind us and get us trapped in there.
Good.
And
Good.
then we'll address whoever the hell's in that room.
JD, the OSHA guy.
He kind
He
of
just-
is.
He's just being
He
extra
kinda is.
careful.
He is going to put a tag on the lock. He's going to lock out, tag out the locking mechanism on that door.
I
That way,
mean,
not even magic can lock that door anymore. It's just like, look, we can't break OSHA. I'm sorry. That's a fine.
I did that in the Navy, so I'm down. I'm down to
I
put
was
that
gonna
tag
say,
out.
who hasn't broken OSHA at some point in their lives? Let's be real.
Don't say that on stream. They'll come and get you.
I ain't never done that.
There's probably look. The OSHA is in our chat. They're just viewing.
I almost gave one of my bosses a heart attack once when I was doing something I shouldn't have been. That's a different story.
I almost gave my boss a heart attack once. It ended up I forgot my pants. All right, Caleb, what do you think is going to happen next time?
Considering they're not well, Eldrick and Morwen aren't really my friends, so
German.
Yarman, Morwen, yeah, but Yarman,
Morwen's there.
He's Yarman's not my friend either. He's I don't know what could possibly happen. I really don't. I just want to get out.
All right. Diz,
Yes.
Don't
what
like
do
that
you
he
think
gets
will
rid-
happen?
Well, I know more of what is happening than anybody
Yeah,
else.
Diz, what do you think will happen?
But what I think the players will do is JD will secure the room. Pretty sure about that. Some of the other players were very apprehensive to do much of anything. And I try to encourage them after the session. I was like, hey, you guys can do whatever you want to do. Just kind of jump in there and throw it out there. So I think at some point they'll loot the room, or at least look for loot. This party is not loot hungry, which is an oddity to me. But they are not. They're
Survival
worried about.
first.
They
I
are worried
think
about survival.
I think what's going on is they're waiting to see what JD's going to do, because we're in the process of trying to get out. So I think they're waiting to see if JD's ready to just make a break for it.
It's true. I think JD's going to secure the room, and he's going to make sure that there's somebody in that room as a lookout as they go to explore the next room. From there, it's hard to say what they're going to do without giving away too much. So I don't know if I can go much further than that. I think after they get in there, they'll definitely want to exit this place as soon as possible, is how I feel like it's going to be.
I mean, it's stanky, so
Yeah.
I can
Like I
understand
said,
that.
the room had a different name before, and I had to change the name of the room because I didn't think you could say it on the stream. So,
It's true.
We know what you named it, Diz. Don't lie. We all know.
Yeah, unholy play place.
It used to be called
I like that one better.
Shit House but he changed it to Latrine.
See, there's also little tidbits of the storyline, like you were talking about how would I force things so storyline would come out? There's little tidbits in this whole area of little storyline pieces that I know about, that you know about, because we've talked about them. And
Mhm.
but will the players actually think about them or not? Because they're focused on other things. So will they actually think about
I want to ask what you mean, but you won't tell us. What's the
Nope.
point?
I will say this. Uh, you're wrapped up in what's happening right now, right? What is
Mhm.
happening in the moment. But would your character or you as the player be curious what happens on a day-to-day basis on a different time where there's not a roving band of what would you call you guys? Train wreck? Delightful
So I
train
was gonna,
wreck
I
rolling
thought you were gonna go
through
with
here.
Tom Brokaw's.
Roving brand of
It's a
Tom
roving
Brokaw's.
band of Tom Brokaw's.
Okay.
It's interesting if you just I don't know if you would as a character stop and
No.
just think about this place is odd in itself, and actually analyze it, or would you just stay focused on the mission and
She's a pirate, man. Stabby stab.
Well, see that depends
Not
on how you lay that out, Dis,
Mhm.
because of what JD's background is.
Yeah.
Because JD's background is to gather intel behind enemy lines. He can't get much further behind enemy lines than where he's at right now.
You are. So if you look at the right things, if you ask the right questions, some of this little storyline can come out. Now, will it actually affect the game? Probably not. But it is interesting. So
is this like, please let me lore dump on you?
I wish I could. I wish I would just, yeah, but it's just I don't. I
Now,
just let it sit there and
I
if it
have to
happens,
say
it happens.
something though. I kind of crushed Timmy day after the session
Hmm.
Did you?
when Josh
It is.
admitted that he was leaving. I informed Timmy that Hamlet is no longer with the party when Morwen leaves, because you canon that Morwen was Hamlet. So when Morwen leaves, there goes Hamlet.
I forgot about that.
I can't tell if Timmy's crying. Oh, he's
I
leaving.
mean,
There
that's
goes
him
his-
hiding so he can cry.
He is
Oh
inconsolable.
no.
And Timmy's like, "Oh crap, I forgot about that."
Yep.
All right. So we've made it to that point in the evening where I open it up to everybody to ask questions. The players, the DM can all ask questions of each other. Chat, you can ask questions of anybody because you're that cool and you're here. So, anybody got any questions?
Yeah, I've wrote down like 4 or 5 questions.
All
Okay.
right. Go for it.
Tons. The whole fight with the Royals, right? Is it was an interesting thing for me. Like the way I played the succubi, I could have did a lot more damage than I did, but I did focus mostly on charming because they thought you guys were insignificant, so they tried to charm you at first, and it didn't work.
Thank God, because I looked up some of their shit.
Because their attacks were violent after I started attacking you guys. And if I would have been doing that the whole time, it would have changed the whole format of the battle. But what did you think about Adara's play in this? Because she was really a tide turner in the way the whole battle went down. So, I mean, you had to enjoy it. But
Oh, God, yes.
No.
no, Clan did
No?
not.
I mean, it's who she is. She's a wizard. She's the analytical, what can we do to minimize what's going on here? She's the politician. She's the one who wants to make sure that there's the least bloodshed. And she knew that was how she would do it.
Yeah.
And she happened to have all the tools in her pocket that she could do it.
I love the way she attacks. She is very particular. She attacks their intelligence.
Oh yeah.
And she does it in a literal sense and also figuratively.
Mm-hmm.
So Clan, how did that make you feel?
I think I said it best there at the end where I shouldn't have even logged in last Saturday.
Yep.
I was useless.
To me,
That you.
it was important that you felt it because I've felt this way several times in the past. So it's good as a DM to get an experience.
You've done
like
it
this.
to him in the past.
Yeah, you probably have. You have. So it's good to get that feeling of feeling helpless in an encounter where you have the most powerful thing on the board.
That is true, but I will say this in
Yep.
where you have said repeatedly this
Mhm.
both when I was a player and not a player, that basically the party becomes a group of superheroes that are non-stoppable and non-killable.
Mighty Nine.
So, as the DM, how do you counteract that? Because
Well, here, how about
because
this?
if
Let's stop right there just for a second. So in the
Okay.
first campaign, I gave
All
you
right.
guys way too much stuff. I gave you guys
Correct.
loot that was way
Yes.
above your level. I gave you
Mhm.
abilities that weren't in the player's handbook. Right?
Mhm.
You could
Mhm.
cast more spells as a warlock than a
Mhm.
normal warlock could. So you had
Correct.
all these extra abilities. I have
Mhm.
not give these guys anything. They are playing
Correct.
straight by the rules,
Mhm.
and they're just good at building characters.
Right. Yeah.
So continue your
100%.
question.
But okay, but as the DM, so far you have to have noticed that so far these characters have not run across an enemy that is posed a threat. Truly. I mean, things have went well for them. Things could have been worse, but they always have the tools available that if they use them correctly, they can come out on top.
Right. If the dice work against them, it could have went the other way in that encounter. And it did work against us in that encounter, and
It did
predominantly
100%.
against you
It did.
in
It
particular.
did. I was the one that I was playing was totally shut down.
Yep.
Literally did not do anything for 3 hours.
So what we're running up against, Clan, is that we've got two players that are really good at building offensive characters. We
Mhm.
have Buck here that has built a small little tank. Okay, he's
Yep.
a little tank, and you can't really hurt him that much, and he can deal out a lot of damage. Okay,
Correct.
and then you've got Adara, who is both of them are ranged fighters. She's not as sturdy as him, but she can definitely change the flow of the battle very quickly.
100%. 100%.
Not to diminish anybody else, but they kind of stand out among the crowd. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to focus in on them specifically, but if, like, in a battle, like if that big guy would have broke free, he probably would have flew over there and ripped Adara in half. Just not because of the DM's taking, aggression, because I felt like he probably would have been angry at her specifically. And so that would have been interesting if he'd have made one of those saves. But we also had a little issue there where we misinterpreted a rule.
Correct.
And it caused, you could have actually,
Could have
saved
moved
that
out of the way.
guy, or
Yeah.
you could have moved out of the way so that Adara
Yeah.
couldn't have got you so easily. We had it was incapacitation. We thought you couldn't move, but you can actually move. You just can't take actions.
Right. Yeah.
So,
You couldn't take an action or reaction.
moving, it is a weird thing. So
Yeah. So, as the DM, do you ever challenge yourself to raise the difficulty of a battle?
I try to balance it so that it is fair most of the time. But sometimes it's unfair to one side or the other. It's just going to happen.
Right.
They may get a false sense of we're strong enough to handle anything that's thrown at us. and that may be a bad thing. It may eventually get to a point where they shouldn't have, or they think that, well, we can run in, and if it goes sideways, we can get away, and maybe they can't get away. And
Yeah.
if one of the characters or multiple of the characters die, then that's just what happens as well. So
Yeah.
I've killed before.
So that brings
I would
up
kill again.
an
I
interesting
genuinely
question
thought I was fucked.
Yeah.
for the 3 party members that are here. How do you feel about the status of the party as far as encounter wise? When you go into an encounter, are you still scared, or are you still like, this may take 6 rounds, but I don't think that we're going to suffer too greatly during this encounter?
I'm sure, Ellen, you
I
were
was
a little freaked
terrified.
out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was terrified.
You
And I
had
can
to
understand
Because
that.
I also
You-
had, now, not everyone heard this part of it, but I had Buck over here whispering in my ear, if JD sees Kyrie attack another party member, he's not asking questions. He's fucking blasting. And I'm like, I am so outrageously fucked right now. That was me going into that session.
Mhm.
Because Buck would not give me a straight answer on, will he kill my character? So that was where I was. Bunch of
mean,
racists against change.
I mean, but Diz and Clan knows what JD's dealt with in the past. So it wouldn't have been out of character if he would have seen that and been like,
No.
oh, hell no. And he'd have started shooting.
That is true.
I was stressy.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I mean, let's backtrack, right? We're in the bottom of the temple.
Mhm.
We could have all died down there.
Very close.
Yep.
The
that
fight
was
with the
a-
beholders.
good
We could
fight.
have all died there.
Mhm.
It's
This
happened
fight
before.
here, we could have all died there. Morwen and Kyrie could have died before we ever got the damn door open.
Mhm.
Very aware of my mortality. This is why we have backup characters.
Well, yeah, but what I'm
Stacked
saying
this
is I think that we're on par. I think what the big thing is that if you and Diz ever, like, if for example, if Adara fires off what she did at you on Saturday and you
Mhm.
succeed, whatever you're near is going to hurt. If Prugwin can't get them healed up enough, or if for example, if I can't do enough to counter it damage wise to something that's being fought and have it turn on me as it pissed off enough to fight me, then somebody's going to die.
Yeah.
The way I look at it, my character, the only person who's got more health than me is the barbarian. I do enough damage that I should be pissing something off. Turn and face me, asshole. I can take a beating, come at me. And now I've got this aggro, I've got this anger, and now I'm in a fight against whatever to try to peel it off of whoever's getting in a fight initially, to try to give somebody time to get a reprieve so that I can take a beating and do some damage. So I think that we're still fairly level with what we're fighting, because like I said, the 2 fights before this, we all could have got slaughtered if it wasn't for those walls in the temple and then the teleporting ring out of there. We'd all died down there.
Yeah.
No question. If I hadn't have turned everybody invisible for them to get disadvantaged, to get everybody backed away to start with, we'd all died right there, right at the damn entrance to that hallway. There was too many for us to try to stand our ground and fight. It was just overwhelming numbers for that encounter. And then beholders can one shot if it's a disintegration ray. Good luck.
Yep.
It's just a given. Even if
Task
they're
Force
undead.
it.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's undead, there's no guarantee it's not a disintegration ray that's one of the stocks that survived.
You guys
So-
still you didn't kill those things, right?
No, they're
Nope.
still
No,
alive.
they're still there.
They're still there. They
They're
are
still there.
the longest running enemy that I've ever had.
Sir
Because
Eldrick
none of us
just
want to deal with it.
Sir Eldrick just turned them away, and
It's
we ran out of the
amazing.
room. But I mean, I don't think that we're overpowered for anything that we've come across. We've just fought what we've had to, and then moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the dice have gone in your favor in some instances. Like that last encounter, the dice was definitely in your favor against the big bad. Otherwise, that would have been a completely different fight.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
because
You
I
would have
mean,
ripped
like I
through
said,
a couple of different characters.
the big guy tore the shit out of Morrowind. The only thing saved him was his wild shapes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I don't
Definitely
think that
different.
we're overpowered. I think that we're on par with what Diz is putting up against us.
So, Clan, I'm going to tell one on you here. He asked me a question during the fight. He said, "What do I do if I have one of them low on hit points?" And
Oh, I heard this.
I said, "You kill them." I said, "You don't pull punches." I said, "You go into them. As soon as you start pulling your punches, they will destroy you because they know how to build their characters. They're strong." It was that's this way in the first campaign that I ran. It's that way now. And I don't know if it's like that with every group of players, but it's been my experience up until this point with every group that I've had. You start pulling punches, you're gonna have an encounter that feels really off balanced.
Yeah.
So you throw it at them, and what happens happens. So
I mean, that's like the last fight that y'all had in my campaign. I split the attacks between two of y'all each time, but it was still y'all all went bloody, but like one person.
Yep.
It was a matter of can y'all kill them fast enough before somebody hits the floor.
You know, once I actually finally hit my fucking shots.
Not my fault.
I
Not my
know,
fault.
I know.
I love that quote. I think it's from Matt Mercer. You give the players the ability to be heroes. And if you start pulling your punches, you don't give them that ability anymore. Because, if Ellen's character gets knocked down, then Buck runs over and has to try to save her, or something like that. It becomes this epic moment that wouldn't have happened if if they would have just circling around the enemy, just beating him on the ground, But sometimes the dice work against us. So
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah.
like when Clan's character died Saturday. I messaged him. I said, I didn't kill you this time.
That's true.
Now Diz's character that tried to charm me, though, I beat the hell out of him.
Yeah. So, the still going around that fight that you guys did with the Royals there, I think you guys thought that they were a different type of creature when you went in there, right? You guys had a different mindset of what they might be than what they actually turned out to be.
Maybe.
Yes.
Oh,
Maybe.
absolutely.
Okay. Anybody want to throw out any names of creatures that you thought it might be? I don't want to.
See, I was
Vampires.
torn because it wasn't making any sense by what was going on. And here's the mindset of why it wasn't making sense. You keep changing faces, right? This one face shows up every so often in pictures along the decades or along the timeline. There's victims found with vampire bites in their necks. Why would the Royals be so careless to leave bodies that would attract attention? So initially, JD's like, are the Royals vampires? Because he's been dealing with this for a while now in Baldur's Gate, going to Icewind Dale. But the more that, because they keep asking JD about what he's thinking about looking at the board, because multiple times in the sessions I've looked at that board and JD's been thinking about things, and he keeps thinking about it, and JD's like, I don't know what they are now, because it made no sense. Why would the Royals litter the grounds of their town with bodies and leave evidence if they're trying to conceal what they are? Because that would make no sense, because you're just attracting attention, and if you want to keep what you are concealed, you wouldn't leave evidence. So JD was like, I don't know what the fuck they are. But if they're finding bodies with holes, that means there's vampires here too. So now there's even more problems in this fucking town, because there's vampires and whatever the hell they are. And since we fought them, now we know kind of what they are, but now there's vampires here too. Or they're just passing through, vampires just passing through the town or whatever. So now that makes it even worse.
And we were on a
Roving
simple mission to
vampiric
fetch
Tom
shit.
Brokaws.
Right.
It's true. Got one shot with those Tom Brokaws.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
vampire has been thrown around, but the more JD tried to piece together the information, he's like, why would they litter the town with evidence to cause people to come in to try to deal with it and bring attention to themselves? And it's like, no, that wouldn't make sense. So now that just means that there's two things in this town that makes it even worse. Plus whatever the hell's up with that orb floating above the town.
Just hovering up there.
Dude, we can't fix all the problems in the town.
I'm not saying we need to fix all the problems. I'm mentioning all the
We got
problems as
so
a
much
player
shit to do.
that's going on. And we still got to go deal with the other thing that's
We
outside
got
of town.
like 50 side quests happening.
I feel like
That's true.
Buck, as the person, loves side quests. Like he likes
I
to
do
Oh,
all the
100%.
quests.
stuff.
I'm a
Yeah.
lore master, motherfucker. I do them all.
We're
He wants,
yeah.
he wants that achievement in my D&D game. Just Lore Master.
He wants to be like, no side quest missed. Hell yeah. I won D&D.
I also think he's getting kind of fed up with the town of El Turo, though.
Aren't we all though, man?
We ain't got no
in the-
downtime.
In the
I got
first game,
professions to work on.
they came through El Turo and they spent a number of sessions there, but probably less than you guys have. It's
Well, that's
interesting.
because they're murder hobos. They just ran through and killed everything, kept going.
There was some death.
Gonna say, is Clan even gonna bother denying it?
No.
There was a whole snake cult there that they dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, maybe that's where the fangs are. Maybe they didn't kill all the snakes.
The slippery snake cult.
Okay, I got one last question. So, the party, as in characters and players, we've had just a lot of just changing from the beginning. We're only at, I think, 32 sessions, 33 sessions, something like that. And we basically have almost changed out the entire party.
Yep.
Is there any cohesivity to the party? Do you think it will ever have cohesivity? Do you think you guys will ever be like an actual group, D&D family group, whatever party?
We need that magic thing that Buck wants so bad. We need downtime.
Yep.
We need time when we're not in a life and death situation, when we're not on some quest specifically looking for this thing and we have to do it within a certain amount of time. We need the chance to actually interact with each other and get to know each other. And Buck always is saying, he's like, nobody has asked JD. It's like, when have we had fucking time?
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah.
That's
Because
all
at this
that's
point, I
left.
think I've only been with the group like a week, maybe
Yeah.
a little longer.
That's all that's left from the original party.
Mhm.
It's just three of us.
Does that include Morwen?
Me, Huck, and Prugwin. We're the only
Oh.
three that started the campaign together.
Yep.
Because Josh was Turk when we started.
Yep.
It's true. It was Turk. Morwen wasn't even. He wasn't
Nope.
an original character.
He was
Um,
Alaric after Turk, and then he became came Morwen. So it was me, Prugwin, and Huck. The only three.
So at some point, I feel like there will be some downtime for the party.
Downtime, bonding
Do
experience,
you
really
think
anything.
do you think they might bond?
I
don't
think
know
some
if-
will bond better than others.
I don't know if bonding's the word I would use. I think that once a lot of the information that everyone is holding on to, for example, the stuff that Adara knows that she hasn't fully came out with,
Mhm.
all the shit JD's holding about the general, about the vampires. Once all that comes to light, I think there'll be a little more ease in the party, maybe a little less tension as a whole. But I don't know if bonding will be taking place right off the bat with all of that. I think it'll be just more of a more at ease conversation. I think it'll
Right.
take a lot longer because everyone's, to be honest, everyone's pretty much terrified of JD right now. Because the very first time they met him, he killed somebody right in front of every one of them. Except for Caitlin, she wasn't there.
He ain't wrong.
But the bulk of the party saw him kill him, and Huck and Prugwin were the only two that were like, "Oh, yeah, we know him. He's the guy we were waiting on." I'm like, yeah, that's the little guy. And everybody's like, "Oh shit." So, I think it'll take a little longer for them to warm up to JD,
I'm trying.
but they have to sit down and talk to him first. And
I'm trying
the
when
only
the
way to really do that
opportunity is
is
there.
to have a moment to actually take time to talk to him. And right now it's always, we got this going, got a ball going. We got to find Eldrick and Yarman, initially. We got to get this urn and get back to the mayor. We got to do all this shit.
It has all been time sensitive. Okay,
Okay.
so I have
So
one
speaking of
last
sitting
question.
down,
I got one
oh,
last question.
okay,
One last
okay.
question. And then I'm done for real.
I
Are
don't
you guys
believe you.
excited about switching over to the other campaign?
Yes,
No.
because
Taking a break from
Manic
this one.
Fairy Artificer.
No,
That
I'm
is
not.
all I have to say. Manic Fairy Artificer. I've been saving this character for so long.
Plague Dr. Kobold.
No, I'm not, Diz.
We're gonna drive
You're
Buck
not.
insane.
Why?
Because I have to babysit so many
Ooh.
people.
There just may be occasional random explosions. It's fine.
Listen, you only swore to protect Mordecai. Everybody else is expendable.
I've been sitting on this character for so long.
Mordecai,
I'm so excited.
important
I love Kyrie, but
to
And the-
Mordecai.
And the second reason is because Meridius does not want to be where we are right now.
On the land.
No, the location we are. Y'all voted to go into this hellhole. Meridius didn't want to be here.
Of the Temple of Doom.
Yes,
I don't know shit.
he gave all of y'all the
Well,
option, and every one of you voted against him to go in. So he decided to go in because y'all all said yes. This temple's protected by a fucking archangel. That means something heavily demonic is in here, and he did not want to go against whatever the archangel's guarding. And y'all are like,
Oh.
it's fine.
Oh, so Tim, we're gonna be walking into something fun.
Poison boom?
So
Oh,
no,
Lord.
I do not want to be here. And then I have to babysit. Nope, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, we have a lot of cleanup to do once we switch over to that other one because we've had a lot of player change out and character
Yep.
change out, and
I mean,
so
Stanasi
one
just
of
vamped all of them out. You just have to get the others in somehow.
yeah,
before
so
before the current people die.
Well,
Yep.
no, I mean it's not that bad. We're only inside the first door.
Oh,
yeah, they barely got past where the angel was.
Ugh.
So
We destroyed a mimic door.
Mm-hmm.
the door was the mimic.
I like it.
I fucked that door up, and by fuck the door up, I mean I held it 60 feet away with a wind gust while the team beat the shit out of it.
Okay, clan, we've hijacked your show long enough. You can have it back.
Yeah, I know. Geez, what does it say under my name, Diz? On the screen.
Semi-turbo.
Exactly.
Hey, I just want to put it out there that you
Can't
said
actually
that
read.
this was the free time that we could all discuss.
This is true.
Yeah.
It's free time. It's free time. So, speaking, I have one more question, and this is for Buck in regards to JD, because I'm a little interested in how you'll answer this. So, in this supposed free time that you'll get, where everybody gets to learn about each other and hug and find out
Oh,
about
there
each
won't be no
other's
hugging.
find out about each other's special places.
Mm.
Butt touches.
I mean,
yeah,
I will be
butt
naked.
touches.
Don't
Okay,
look at
so-
Kyrie and Caitlyn at this. No.
Does JD make the first move, or does JD wait for the other characters to make the first move?
So everyone knows, with the exception of Kalen, Lord
Aurum.
Harlem, and Severn, that JD has papers from Icewind Dale about vampires. He's already made that announcement in front of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So if they come to dress JD with it, fine. If not, then apparently they weren't interested enough to give a shit.
Well, I mean, you kind of answer there, but I'm more interested in the interpersonal communications part of the team building exercise and the downtime. Does JD reach out and try to build a relationship with these people, or does he sit there and be like, well, if they don't talk to me, fuck them all, I'm gonna blow the brains out of the night anyway?
No, see, JD is not the type of person that would just all out attack somebody unless they wronged him. And by wronged them, I mean like really wronged them. Like the reason Galen died is because he wholeheartedly wronged him and then tried
Correct.
to kill Brugwin.
Correct.
So it's not like he would have tried to kill Kyrie out of sheer spite of her being a changeling. It would have been she attacked Morwen, and then therefore she would have had to have died. But she didn't, so therefore she didn't have to.
Oh, I did attack him.
I
You
was
just
about to say,
didn't see it.
technically, she stabbed him. So
I wasn't in the room to
Stabby
see it.
stab.
So I think it would be more along the lines of in downtime, especially initially, JD is going to be crafting gear.
Let me paint a scene for you here, Buck. So it's you have, let's say you have a keep or some place where you're hanging out with all this group of people, and it's late
My
at
own
night.
keep?
Yeah, your own keep that you guys,
Nice.
maybe the group shares ownership of it or something, right? And you're just hanging out there in the common
The good keep
area,
El Tauntaun.
and you guys start
In the
doing like
motherfucking hills.
a drinking game, and JD gets beyond his limit, which doesn't happen
that-
that often.
I was going to say that would take a minute.
And some Conway Twitty comes on the magical
Oh.
radio that
Oh,
doesn't
damn.
actually exist, and you see a tear go down JD's
Hello,
cheek.
darling.
Is he gonna open up and tell them about where he came from? And
I'd have to roll for that.
okay,
I tell you what, if I
that's
get
fair
if I
answer.
get a nat
Fair
one, I'll
answer.
tell everybody.
That's a fair
Oh,
answer.
come on. Listen, you know the last 20 years of Kyrie's life.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, the likelihood of me getting a nat one. I was like, yeah.
I mean, there's also that because
He
fuck
gets to
you,
re-roll
Buck.
it.
It's 1 out of 40.
But does it still count? Does he still get his halfling shit if it's just for his own personal sake roll?
It doesn't specify, so it's
It
it's
says
for
any-
everyone.
Yeah, it says any nat 1 on a 20. I get to reroll.
And fuck you.
I don't think it specifies on saves or anything. I think it just says a natural one. So, which I think they should update that just a little bit. I think it's way overpowered, but
Stay tuned for one D&D.
it's what it is for now. So that's what we're.
I mean, to
going
be
with.
fair, I could get bountiful luck and be able to give that to the entire party, but I don't give a shit enough about the party for that.
I think it's not so bad, but I think it's just where it's unlimited. Like it happens
Nah.
like if you could do it like 3 times a day or 5 times a day.
Well, then I'd be a
bad,
rogue.
It'd be like having the lucky.
I'm not
feat for
there
free,
yet, okay?
So
We
Yeah.
took a slight detour.
All right.
But no, I mean, JD will eventually open up, but I think what'll happen there is like what we talked about is when JD finally hits that time frame where he changes. And he's not there yet. The one pivotal moment in the game hasn't happened where he hits that moment that changes his life to where he fully opens up and views everyone in the party as closest thing to family that's not blood.
There you go. Good answer. All right. Does anybody have anything else they want to ask, point out, suggest, beg upon the mercy of the DM for the next time?
I'm just happy I didn't die last time.
I'm
know
happy
what?
too.
So are we.
I have a backup character, but there's the fun in that.
All right. Well, I guess with that, we will call this episode of After the Roll over. Of course, we are the Nerdicopia Network, and we put out content multiple times a week, and you should stop by and you should watch it because it's fun and it's entertainment, and it'll get you drunk. No, it won't get you drunk.
I was gonna say, I'm hearing things.
We'll make you immune to fire. Will not make you immune to fire.
But fire is fun.
That's what all the pyromaniacs say.
I like trying to get drunk while I'm playing D&D with the Nerdicopia Network.
That's right. Buck is rolling Constitution saving throws IRL.
I pass them all every time.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we
yep.
have Super Retro Game Show Extreme on Monday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here. We have, of course, After the Roll on some Thursdays. And then on the other Thursdays, we have Three Old Men, where we discuss how everything was better when we were younger because you kids went and fucked everything up.
And started eating Tide Pods.
That's right. And started eating Tide Pods.
That was not us. Next layer down.
So, and then, of course, on the second and fourth Saturdays of the month is Not Actually Heroes Cataclysm,
Right.
where Diz DMs the campaign and I get to be 2/3 of the voices.
He makes voices and mistakes.
I make voices and mistakes because I can see it in Diz's eyes. He's like, motherfucker.
It causes Diz to rewrite a lot of storyline.
Yep. Or sometimes I'll go, hey, this, and then Diz will go, no, that's not how that goes. And then on the first and third Fridays, there's more. Well, not Fridays, but Saturdays. There's more D&D on Double Up Buck's channel, where we will play Edar Realm of Dragons. Why don't you talk about a little bit about Edar, Buck? While we should watch it.
So we'd like to go into a world where the 10 Dragon Kings rule the realm, and got 5 chromatic dragons and 5 metallic dragons. and the party is trying to figure out what the fuck happened and how to fix it. Right now, they're no closer to figuring out what the fuck happened, let alone how to fix it. But
That's true.
they'll eventually get there.
But
but-
Corlin hopes that each time will be his least poem.
But 2 days from now, at 8 Eastern, we will be attempting to see if we can get closer to figuring out what the hell happened. Provided that the party remembers what happened last session.
That's a great fucking question, if I'm gonna be honest.
Rolly
Okay.
came back.
Check the
That's
ball.
about all I remember. Rolly's back.
Oh,
And the giant wolf dude.
Which they didn't get his name, chat. They should have, but they didn't.
Wolfie McWolferson.
Because he may or may not be seen again.
I
Turned into a
didn't
wolf.
talk to him much. I just saw him eating shit and was
But
like,
he
okay,
is-
bye.
Michael J.
So he
Fox.
was hungry like the wolf. He's Teen Wolf.
He's thinking-
Have you seen
No.
him play basketball?
Now that see, that would only work is if it was spelled in an unexpected way.
It's true.
You never
'Cause this is
asked his
Buck.
name or asked the spelling.
Yeah, I watched the VOD.
No. No, we
I asked
didn't.
Buck later. I was like, "Hey, did we get his name?" He's like, "No, you guys didn't." I was like, "Okay."
I wouldn't.
Thought I
there.
just missed
I just
it.
want to be fair. At that part of the night,
And
I
see,
was not there.
Ellen definitely doesn't remember anything about that episode other than Rolly coming back because, to be fair, chat, she didn't see that wolf eating anything. She saw his 2 underlings eating
That's
something, and he
fair.
was in the woods, and all she saw was his glowing green eyes.
Listen, she doesn't fuck with the animals.
Were
that
they
eats
sexy
the
glowing
other
green
animals.
eyes?
I mean, I guess that's just
She
all
does-
in your
no.
interpretation of what they
No.
look like.
I mean,
I just
Not
want to
her
see
thing,
the shirt
Clan.
where it has an arrow pointing up at Ellen and says, "Doesn't fuck with animals."
Doesn't fuck with animals.
there you go.
But yeah, that is what's going to happen at 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, chat.
All right. What else you doing over there, Buck? When it's not
well,
D&D.
We're playing a lot of WoW because of the new expansion. We're waiting for Arc 2 to come out though, because when Arc 2 comes out, we are going to plow all into that game.
At least until we build the first house, and then we're like, all right, we're done.
No, see, you might be done.
Gonna say it's Buck. He's never gonna be done.
I am going to explore the whole thing. We might have forward operating bases in every climate biome in that whole world. We will have mating pairs of every dino. We may even breed them to their max capacity and go fight every type of boss.
That's
Whatever
right. You heard it.
exists
You
in
heard
the
it here first, chat. Tune into Buck Streams when Arc 2 comes out. There's a breeding kink. Also,
I mean,
if
you
I
should already know that if you saw
That's
his
true.
Minecraft streams.
That's also, if I pre-order Arc 2, does it unlock the Dodge Charger
No,
for me to tame? Can I tame? Can I tame the Dodge Charger from Fast and Furious?
no.
Well, then what the hell are you doing, Vin Diesel?
Because we haven't got to that level of time frame.
I live my life one brontosaurus at a time.
I mean, that'll probably be what kills you in the game if you try to do that solo.
I want the brontosaurus. They're like big cows.
Yeah, go into any art game ever and try to shoot one of those and trank it out solo on foot and see if that doesn't kill you.
I build my house, and then I'm like, I completed the game.
That is what he does, Clan or chat. That is what Clan has done.
That's what I do. That's what I do. All right. Anybody got anything else they want to bring up? Timmy,
hello,
Timmy.
hello.
This is your chance. This is your chance. Tell everybody about yourself and what you're doing over at twitch.tv/TimmyTurboTV.
Hello, everybody. My name is Timmy Turbo. I stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/TimmyTurbo.tv. Not .tv, but Timmy Turbo TV. I'm tired. It's been a long day. But
It's
we
.com.
yeah, all that fun stuff. Y'all know where to go. Yeah, we primarily do a lot of Destiny content. We are getting ready for the new expansion coming out at the end of the month, which is Lightfall. It's a good time. Lot of jokes, a lot of running around. Got myself a death counter, so my friendly neighborhood mod here can keep track of how many times I die.
And
And
friendly neighborhood mod is actually paying attention because
Yeah.
she's a mess.
yeah,
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I have died 85 times to the opening mission in Witch Queen, so I don't need to know anything else.
we
It's
run
bad.
around,
bad.
do the stuff, get the shinies, all that fun stuff. Come on down, have a good time. That's about
Quick
it.
question,
Yeah.
Timmy. What do you think about this new city? Now there's going to be 2 cities. Thoughts?
Every time. So I am excited for Neptuna. Just Neptune in general. I think, granted, it looks very like futuristic and cyberpunky. But I'm excited to see what it has in store.
Yep.
Was this new city in fact built on rock and roll?
Well, I mean, we got some Cabal rolling in there, so
It was.
it's quite possible.
They even used a starship.
We built this city.
And if you get that reference, 100 points for Gryffindor.
Think Destiny would just take off if they would just
Who's in
incorporate
Gryffindor?
some
about to say,
some like
who in here?
80s music into the gameplay and go completely
Listen,
like retro.
My
with it.
favorite thing that Destiny's done so far is the one season where it was the Vex and all the weapons were like 80s retro themed. So they were all like neon colored and shit. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I want that again. Also, I just want to be able to make it through a mission in Destiny without dying. That would be great too.
I would
Yeah.
say focus on fixing your aim.
The aim is good. The damage is bad. So I
bow.
think that is everything, right? Anybody got anything else they want to promote, plug, point out, mention, monetize? All right.
I just show up randomly in random places.
That's true. And you know what? We love you for it.
She only shows up in my stream when she's begging not to die.
I mean, it's a good time to
Listen,
be
we've
there.
been over this. WoW streams don't work for me because I can't see what the fuck is going on because it's also tiny.
It do be tiny.
I struggle, okay?
Well, with that, chat, we will close this episode of After the Rollout. If you like what you see, drop a follow. We'd really appreciate it. Also, if you'd like to catch up on previous episodes of all of our content, please go over to the NerdTube at youtube.com/Nerdacopia Network, where you can catch up on all the previous episodes of the campaign, get caught up on The Forgotten before it starts, and watch 80,000 hours of Majora's Ass playthrough. With that,
Damn it, Buck, you beat me to it.
yeah. Now, don't forget the salutes.
Can't forget.
You can
Flute.
help the party. You can kill the party with salutes.
You can even put it on a dragon and vote.
That's right. Remember, salutes. It'll give you
Never
something
want you to
Ajax
have
won't
that
take
card,
off.
Buck.
Who says I don't have that card?
So with that, I am Clan Diesel, your host. Everybody say bye to chat.
Goodbye,
to chat.
Yeah.
Bye,
Remember,
chat.
we hope all your rolls are nat 20s. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Or Nat Woods, we don't judge.